What is going on, guys? JFC here. Rulebreakers is out, and it's I mean, it's kind of cool. And I think a lot of people also kind of agreed with that sentiment because we saw the market today go down and then slowly going up right now as time goes on because these cards just aren't necessarily that hype. We'll get into all of this today. I think a market rise is probably expected for the next day or two, depending on a couple of things. So let's just get into all of that in this video. First and foremost, you already know it's graph time. Right at 6 p.m. content, we saw, you know, what we always see basically, just a 10-point dip on the market. And then slowly ever since then, it's kind of going back up. And I think the reason for that is just, like I said, these cards just aren't that insane, right? Let's have a look at them right now and look at their prices. So Ronaldo's actually not extinct anymore. His price range went up to 6 mil, so he's 2 mil on the market. So we got this Edin Dzeko card, looks decent. Wilfred Zaha, Calvin Phillips, Nabil Fekir. Just cards that look like decent, but my problem with it is that I don't understand what rules these guys are breaking. Like, what? I just never understand the Rulebreakers promo. It used to be like, okay, Harry Kane gets like 90 dribbling and 70 physical, where it's like a really big difference. In this game, it's like, what's really the difference here for the most part? And most of these cards, like this Nabil Fekir, like what are the rules this guy's breaking, right? I don't understand why they call it this. It's just like an excuse to give certain cards special cards. Like, that's kind of the whole point of the promo. What's PK's rule that he's breaking? Pace? Okay, a boost of a pace to center back. Every promo gives pace boosts to center backs. Like, I don't really understand that part of it. So I think that's kind of one of the reasons why this promo has just not really been all that hyped up. So let's talk about the effects of these cards getting put on the market today. What are we expecting for the market today? What's it going to look like? What's it going to look like into this weekend? Well, what I think it's going to look like into this weekend, let's go back to popular, is that because these cards are just okay for the most part, or like not necessarily just okay, but not necessarily as hyped as maybe other promos are, I think the market is going to stay pretty steady and could possibly rise a bit for the next day or so. Out of pack special cards absolutely rose like crazy yesterday and right now are just rising like crazy. Gold cards might just kind of stay the same. I don't necessarily know if they'll go up a ton because they're going to get supplied over the weekend. And we already saw a bit of a dip on a lot of these guys, like Karim Benzema. He's down to 67K. He's been way higher than this pretty much the entire game cycle. So these guys might not necessarily go crazy in price, but we saw every out of pack special card basically go up in price. These road to the knockout cards absolutely flew. And if you had any of them, good on you, because Lamar's 30K up from where he was. Konate's 30K up from where he was. Phil Foden. Remember we were talking about Phil Foden being 250, 260. I was like, that's probably not going to stay that way. He's 314K. So if you bought any of these cards, congratulations, because you absolutely made a killing. And the nice thing is that when you are building your weekend league teams right now, while we are like the huge rare gold crash, you should build a lot of the players in your team with out of pack special cards, because those cards do well out of packs because they aren't in packs anymore. Oftentimes they'll end up going up because the demand is there. Let's say you had Zambo and Guisa in your Serie A team, you're making your 15K up on Zambo and Guisa. Lucas Paqueta is just going up. I mean, basically all of these cards went up in price. Good on you if you had them. I saw many people in the comments were talking about how they bought some road to the knockouts before going out of packs, and congratulations because you did really, really well. Now for these gold rares though, like say like 83 Rafinha or 84 Koundé, guys who are lower rated, and Nkunku probably is included in there. Valverde is probably included in there. This is probably going to be one of your last weekends to keep these cards in your club or keep them in your team at this price. If you have Nkunku in your team, I don't hate selling sometime today. Especially if you finish weekend league today, I think it's a wonderful idea to sell like some of these cards, because we got 50K packs today in the store, but we didn't actually get the 50K packs plus that we were talking about in the last video. That's like the additional gold players pack added on. So we still have some supply coming. And also if we get the icon or hero SBCs this week, this will drop the price of a lot of gold cards, because there's gonna be a lot of people in that like mid-range price budget that have like Nkunkus and Koundés and Rafinhas that are gonna go up and sell players to do the hero pack or do the icon pack, depending on what we get this weekend and into this week. So gold cards, like always, I always say they're just not that good to hold on to. After the first like week or two of FIFA, up until like November, basically, they just kind of suck to hold on to. You basically only lose coins for the most part. So I always say special cards, icons, once you can graduate to the next tier of card, I'd always do it. Yeah, so the nice thing is many people are probably like are finishing weekend league today, and I think the market should somewhat stay like this today. I think there's a chance that if Alaba comes out and he's cheap, that some center backs crash in price. Today we probably are going to get this David Alaba SBC, so it's gonna be like a player pick kind of thing, with like a little bit different stats. I mean, once again, just the stat differences here are so like minuscule that I always am just like, kind of why? You know, I appreciate the idea. Difference in these two cards, 81 pace, 91 defending, 81 physical, 81 pace, 87 defending, 87 physical. It's just like so little. It's like, why? This PK, if Alaba comes out today and he's a really good price, I think this PK will go down. So maybe if you have PK, keep an eye on that. But if Alaba comes out and he's really expensive, I wouldn't expect much of a move on PK. I think that once you finish Weekend League, I don't mind selling your gold cards. I think your special cards have a potential to stay the same probably for over the whole weekend. So you don't necessarily need to sell those guys right away. But I think once you finish Weekend League, I would sell some of these meta gold cards. And one of the best investments right now in this whole FIFA, I think, is SBC fodder. It's just getting even lower right now. It's just looking really good. It's going up a teeny bit now because people are kind of getting the memo that it's too low. We're going to get an Icon and Hero pack sometime this next week. And when that comes out, these cards are going to rise. From wherever the point they are at that time, they're going to rise. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the 3 days where you see the biggest supply onto the market from Weekend League rewards, Squad Battles rewards, all that stuff. So if fodder stays like somewhat this price or around, say, 87's 15K, 88's 19, 20K, 89's 26, 27K, over the course of this whole weekend, this is like a huge buy to me. It's a huge buy. If you want to make like 2 million coins, I will give you the like easiest but also kind of shittiest way to do it. Like Mateo Kovacic is an 84 rated card, 1.7K. You could buy literally like 584s if you wanted to. Say you were like, if you were sitting here with like, you know, 700K or whatever, you could buy literally 584s and wait a week or two and they'll probably be 3K and you'll make a killing. Now obviously that's like really annoying because you can't really open packs at all, so it's annoying to do that, but that's what I've done in years past. I would literally hoard like 584s, 83s and just make a shit ton of coins off that. It's a kind of a bogus way of doing it, but it's super effective. So yeah, if I were you at club stock, and I know I got some people asking in the comments what a club stock was. I probably didn't explain it very well. When you look on the FUTBin, go on to FUTBin, go to cheapest players by rating. That's the page we're on right now. See how 87s are the cheapest ones are all between 14 and 15K, right? Somewhere around there. Basically, all of these cards that are near their cheapest, so Verratti, Alexander-Arnold, Lloris, Fabinho, Rodri, Muller, and De Gea, just buy one of all of them, keep them in your club, and then just wait. So you're not holding up space in the trade pile, and they're not unassigned or anything like that. They just sit in your club, and then they wait. Earlier today, they were actually lower than this. Like 87s were 13K, and I'll actually show you that I went right before Schick went out of packs, and I bought a bunch of them because he was going out of packs. He was an 87 rated card, and he was like basically discard for 87. And I was on club stocks, just a bunch of high rated cards. So I have a ton of stuff right now ready for the fodder rise, because it might not happen for like another, you know, 2-3 days, but just it all depends on when EA releases the content, right? But when it happens, they're going to rise. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So brief summary, I think that the market should stay pretty steady today. I think all day today, honestly, should stay pretty steady. It could go up a little bit. I expect maybe Sunday it drops a teeny bit because we're gonna get some Squad Battles reward supply and Weekend League reward supply. And I think what I'll talk about in tomorrow's video is that there's gonna probably be a really nice buy time for Monday because this promo is not that great, at least so far. And we are gonna be looking at special cards, even in packs ones, probably still rise a bunch. I think could see a pretty big rise Monday depending on just what content they drop. If they drop sick content, probably won't see that, but as of right now, Rulebreakers promo isn't something that like is keeping people just wanting to buy these cards like some promos are. So the second part, SBC fodder, go and buy some, be patient. You might not have to be patient. It might rise literally like tomorrow or in 2 days, but at the same time, it could take 5 days depending on whenever the content drops, but I'm telling you, it is going to be a fantastic investment when the content drops. So any spare coins you've got, don't put all your coins into it because obviously you want to play games and wait and invest with other stuff, but any spare coins you got, go for it. It's going to be a fantastic investment. I'm going to make a second video today about fluctuation trading because there's lots of great opportunities to fluctuation trade in this game. It's hard to explain that in a like market watch video, so expect another video in a few hours on how to fluctuation trade effectively, because this year especially it's really fantastic because there's just so much panic at all hours of the day. So that being said, like the video, subscribe if you are new around here for daily content. I will try and respond to everybody that I can in the comments down below. I love every single one of you. I'll catch you in the next video very shortly. Peace.